you please move in closer because it has to catch the holes. Everybody has to get caught on the seat.
Well, that is.
Okay. You too big for what? Yes. That's your problem. Move back a little bit.
Okay. Bam. Okay. So. Yeah.
Hey Jerome, you on this time. You can't say I ain't forget about you.
So.
This is like Teen Summit today. God damn it.
Well, we gotta move that one back some, I guess.
How? Why?
Put it where the jar is. Move that back and put it. Move here. No. Let's just move this out the way and put it up there.
It's fitting everybody. I don't understand why we have to move anything else.
Okay. So.
Everybody's fit. Can we just sit down and start?
That's got everybody. That's.
This doesn't?
Yeah.
Well, because you're out of the frame. You need to move in.
So what is this for? This is the tight back, right?
I guess. Do you want to tag? Yeah. Oh, shit. Hey, guys. So, sorry for the late log on. We had a lot of technical difficulties. Plus, I was late getting ready because it sucks being a woman. So, oh, am I blocking you, honey? Slide a little bit towards this way. All right, so today, you can't see me. This way. How come I don't see? Oh, that's why there's a little delay. So today, if you notice, we have some kids joining us today. So obviously, move a little bit more that way. So obviously, the subject involves kids. But I know you need to move in a little bit more. You move over. You said what?
Like about kids, like. I'm just gonna watch this one.
What do you mean you're gonna watch?
Watch.
What do you mean? Well, it's about teenagers. You rather me say that? Oh, so the word kids, but you guys are still classified as kids, though.
You know, minors.
Oh, is that insulting?
No, it's not insulting.
It's like calling blacks niggers. And, oh
no.
My God. I'm just trying to figure out, like, everybody likes certain lingo. Okay. All right, so guys, just to be on a serious note, today I actually asked our kids to join us, and oh Jesus, to my right is my beautiful daughter, Winter. Wave.
Just want to wave.
To my left is her beautiful friend, Bree.
You got you? Both of y'all are Bree?
And to my far left is Jerome.
Mr. Bailey's son.
Mr. Bailey's handsome son.
Quincy.
Right.
Wave. Okay, so he's not Brianna.
All right, so I decided to have this podcast because I wanted to just get a fair understanding of kids and how they think.
Minors.
Oh, sorry. Minors and how they think we should parent them and what is too far when it comes to parenting and their whole idea of, you know, sex and what they learn in school versus what we teach them at home, if anything, and what their friends introduce to them at school.
And what they learn on the internet.
Ooh. Why are you guys laughing? All right. So, I actually went on this website earlier today. This session might be a little long because it might be a little juicy. So I went on this website earlier, and it's called DoSomething.org, and it gave statistics of teenage pregnancy. So it stated that in the United States, it has the highest teenage pregnancy rate in Western industrialized world, and 3 out of 10 teenage girls will get pregnant at least once before the age of 20. Less than 2% teen moms earn a college degree by 30. And parenthood is the leading reason that teen girls drop out of school. And about 25% of teen moms have a second child within 24 months of their first baby. Now, with me just reading the statistics, I'm just going to ask guys back here, just to comment on what I just said. Those statistics, is that something shocking to you? Are you aware of that? I'll start with Bree.
No, it's not shocking.
Were you aware of the statistic?
Yeah.
Okay. Winter? Winter?
Yes. I don't think it's shocking, no.
Were you aware?
Was I aware of the percentage? No, but I was aware of teen pregnancy and how serious it is, but no, it's not a shock.
Are there any kids currently in your grade? You're a 12th grader. Are there any kids currently in your grade or younger that's currently, that had kids or are pregnant?
Yeah, but not in our school anymore. They graduated.
They graduated. Oh, okay. And how did the actual school go about that whole thing? Was everyone comfortable about it? Was there like side discussions? Were you able to, or did you actually see that person with their stomach?
No, because she kept it a secret, right?
Yeah, she didn't make it known till after she graduated.
Oh.
I didn't know till after she graduated.
Yeah.
I'll just watch it.
Okay, so my first question would be, and Quincy, obviously you can chime in because in order for girls to get pregnant, they need a partner. So at what age do you think a teenager should lose their virginity? No, I mean, no, listen, no answer is a wrong answer. It's just your opinion.
I feel like when you're
It
comfortable.
depends.
15 or 16.
Okay,
15
so
or 16?
15 or
Hold on,
16.
Hold on. How old are you?
15.
Okay, so 15 or 16, and you're 15. Okay.
Okay, so 15 or 16, Quincy said he thinks
Wait.
a teenager should be able to lose. Now, does that 15 or 16 go for a boy and a girl, or just you think a boy should be able to lose their virginity between the age of 15 and 16?
A boy. But, like, the person he's doing it with is probably, like, around his age.
So basically, 15 or 16 for both boy and girl, right?
Yeah, I'm going to say.
Winter, what do you think an age is an appropriate age for a young adult to lose their virginity?
I believe 17, 18. But also when you're comfortable
Okay.
with
Right.
your partner.
Okay, hold on. How old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay, 17 or 18, and you're 17.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay,
So
Bree.
soon. Okay.
I'm going.
Okay.
So, Bree.
I say 16 or 17, but I also, well, like, for appropriate, but, like, it all depends on the person when they eventually end up losing their virginity.
So, you guys all think between the age, what did Quincy say?
15, 16.
So, 15
to
between 18,
18,
you guys feel that you are, not just necessarily you, anyone that's within that age group will be mentally ready to engage in a sexual act with another person.
So why do you have to be mentally prepared?
Because there are risks involved. And if you're not mentally prepared, you will not be able to handle those circumstances when they come up. And you won't know how to address them.
Like STDs and pregnancy?
Just even a discussion with your partner who you're about to engage into that sexual act. You need to find out whether it's their first time. And if the answer is no, then there's another question that needs to be followed after that. Do you know what that question is?
Yeah.
How many partners do you have?
And
That's a
use
good one.
protection with them.
That's a good one. A couple more questions that you should have. What's the other one?
Does she know what she's doing?
Are you
Does
clean?
she know exactly what she's doing?
Exactly. Not necessarily are you clean, but when was the last time you had
A test.
when was the last time you had an STD done? Right?
Yeah.
Correct. And the last question before you actually engage in that act, what should that be?
Do you have a condom?
How many bodies you got?
Okay, that was for them to
Oh,
answer.
okay. My bad.
Okay, so yeah. Do you have protection?
Yeah.
All right, so my other question would be, and since you're saying between the age of 15 and 18, when that time comes, do you think it's something that you should communicate with your parent?
That's a tough one.
Really? Is
Why?
it tough? I don't see how tough it is. But tell me why.
I'm gonna be proud of myself. My dad's gonna be proud too.
He can't be on. He's not on camera. So, would you be comfortable when you're ready to engage in?
And then talk to my dad.
Would you talk to your dad? Would you say, Dad, there's this girl that I really like, and you got that grin on your face. He has like a grin on his face. He's like, he has a nice little Kool-Aid smile. Do you think that's something that you were like, I met a girl, I really like her. I think it's about that time that, you and I need to sit down and talk about, the steps that I need to take.
Pretty sure we had this talk already. But,
yeah, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
What's it called? Like, I'll probably, like, tell him, like, after.
Really?
You would tell him after
do it and then tell me that you already had sex? Really, that's what you would do?
Like a surprise.
Really?
Not like a surprise, but like...
I got me some... I'm a man?
Not necessarily.
Like, okay, you wouldn't say, hey, Dad, I'm about to do this. I'm a little nervous. Walk me through the process. You wouldn't say anything like that? You're like, I got this?
I got this.
Really? Oh, okay.
But like, so I would talk to you.
What is the this that you got?
This?
Can you explain what that this is?
No.
Oh, okay. No, so, being that your dad is experienced with it because you're here, why would you not feel comfortable? Or, better yet, what does your dad have to do or say to make you feel comfortable enough to come to him when you feel that time is right?
Anytime. Like, he doesn't have to say anything. I'm just going to talk to him about it.
Would you talk to me before or afterwards?
You just said,
yeah, before and afterwards. I'll talk to you before and afterwards.
Okay, because you just said that you'll tell him later.
Yeah, like, surprise, but now I'm thinking of it, it's not really...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So...
But if that's how he wants to do it, like, talk...
Well, no. If you feel more comfortable,
Like, I'm not going to talk, like, tell you, like, how do I start the, like...
Well, no, you don't want to... We're not saying... talk to him about the actual act. We just want to know you want to be able to sit down because number one, you need protection, right?
Yep.
Are you going to go to the store yourself and buy the box of condoms?
Yes.
Or how are you going to get to the store?
The correct answer to that question is my dad's already gave me some condoms.
Yeah. Well,
so then in order for you to give him the condoms, you already had that conversation.
We talked about, if it happens, use protection.
Oh, so you gave him the condoms because you knew that's going to be happening. He actually condoms currently?
Yeah, he's got condoms.
In case he's ready?
Yeah, whenever.
Okay. So did you give him those condoms like, hey, whenever you're ready, use them, or come to me and I'll show you how to use them? Because that's another reason why a lot of teenagers get pregnant because girls don't even know how to put the condom on.
So I remember the first time I put one on. It was difficult. So I did tell him, hey, here's a couple. You might want to try to put one on ahead of time because it is a little difficult. Here's a backup one for when you're ready.
You didn't demonstrate to him on, like, this is how you fold it over?
No. I said, try to put this on. If you have some issues, if you have questions, then come to me. But I'm not going to
put it on backwards.
Well,
inside out.
Okay, when you put it on backwards, you're really going to have a hard time.
But he's not going to know.
Self-explanatory.
This is not how it's supposed to
that's why I was like, here, try this first,
I think Dad should show him.
I think he should just try it on his own.
Open a package. This is what it looks like.
Right.
How easy it's rolling down?
I can do that.
No. That's the way it goes.
I can do that right now.
Don't do that.
Not right now. Anyway, so, Winter. Well, I asked you the last time, Bree. Do you think that's something that you will speak to your parent about? What age group did you say? You said 16, 17, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to ask, but I didn't want to ask.
What?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Word? 16, 17? You're 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you think that's something that you actually speak to your parent about?
I don't know.
Why? So are you guys not comfortable with speaking to us because you're scared of the reaction? Or are you not interested in speaking to us because you're just like, that's something that they just don't need to know, and this is just my life and I want to live it? Which one is it?
Neither. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know.
You can be honest. No answer here is wrong. This is why
I think
we're
it's a
having.
combination of both.
This is why we're having like this open dialogue, because I'm a mom, and there are other parents out there that follows my page, and we want to just figure out like what can we do or say to help you guys protect yourself. Obviously, we want you to wait as long as you can possibly wait. But when that time comes, like, we want to make you comfortable enough to speak to us so we can say, okay, this is the steps that you need to take to make sure you protect yourself throughout the entire process.
Right. So, do y'all feel comfortable talking to your parents about sex?
No, not really.
No?
And is it
I
because...
feel like it's a personal thing. I don't feel like I should share that, like, my sex life with my mom.
Maybe not your sex life and say, this is exactly what happened, but your sex life is like, I am thinking about sex, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. Mm-hmm. You know, just could you have that conversation? Not the details, but that, hey, I'm about to make a life decision right now, and, you
me, I don't think it's appropriate.
Word?
You don't think that conversation where you can actually bear another life into the world is not appropriate to have?
I mean, I feel like, yes, you should talk to your kids about sex, okay, the basics and stuff, but like going into full details like, Mom, I think I'm ready for sex, like I'm about to try it, I don't think that's appropriate. I really don't.
So you wouldn't do it?
Talk to my mom if I had sex?
So, I mean, you would have sex before you actually talk to your mom about sex?
Would you even talk to me about it after it's done?
Probably not.
Word?
Okay, good to know. Now,
Hold on. Quincy. Would you tell me before you did it or after you did
You
it?
said after at first.
I want to say, like, alright, so you said it's more like, alright, I'm going to go do this. See you later type feeling.
I mean, okay, let's say the situation is, I have a girlfriend. We're going to be hanging out tonight. You're going to be working all night. I'm going to have her over. This could happen tonight. Or would you...
I wouldn't say it like that. I would say it like...
well, in your own words, you know, he's just...
awkward.
I would say it like...
okay, so that awkwardness that you guys have, do you think it's a contributing factor to why teenage pregnancy is so high?
Yes, it
Probably, yeah.
Okay. So that's why I'm saying, like, as parent, we understand we're all living and breathing human beings. As a mom, I understand that eventually that act is going to happen. No matter how many stories I tell my daughter, how many times I say, no, you can't go, it's going to eventually happen, right? Mm-hmm. It's just a reality that I cannot prevent. So, in order for me to feel comfortable as a mom and knowing that I did a good job, I need to be able to say, okay, although I'm not happy that you're telling me you're interested in engaging in sex, at least I'm like, okay, so let me get you set up for it. If this is what the route you want to go, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the do's and the don'ts. Let's, get you on birth control. Let's even go as far as getting you condoms, etc. And just educating you on what to do if things happen throughout the process, because you do know things happen sometimes throughout the process, and you know what those things are. Do you know what the next step you will take if it happens? Don't wait until it happens to then speak to your mom, and at that point in time, you're having a completely different conversation, and that conversation is, you're pregnant. So.
Okay, I got a question. Quincy. We're gonna hold you for last. Cool. Winter. Obviously, you don't feel.
Sarah said how you can put it on a banana.
It's a great idea. So, Winter. You're obviously not comfortable talking to your mom about sex. What could your mom do to make it more comfortable for you to have the conversation?
In my personal opinion, I don't
if anything at all.
No? Nothing? Okay.
Like, I don't view that topic tell my mom, like, yeah, Mom, I had sex. But I won't experience, no. I won't go into depth, like, what happened and did we use protect. I mean, I don't know.
We're not asking you for details. We just want to know if you will be comfortable. What can I do to make you comfortable enough to talk about it?
I don't think anything.
Quincy, is there anything I could do to make it more comfortable for you to talk to me about sex?
We've already done, like, I'm comfortable as it is. Like,
I think we're pretty comfortable. We talk about if it happens, but we didn't talk about.
Same as my mom. My mom, she brought up the topic, but like, if you do have sex, what do? Use protection, obviously.
So outside of that, what else do you do?
I don't. What do you mean?
You right. You don't.
Huh?
Right.
What?
I mean, outside of using protection, what else do you do? I mean,
what do you do if something goes wrong?
Plan B.
And do you understand what I mean by something goes wrong, Quincy? Do you understand what that means?
Yeah.
What?
Basically, what it means is like, say if the
you gotta speak up, gotta project.
say if the condom broke.
All right, Quincy, come on with the right answers.
If the condom broke,
Right.
and you seem to like have.
And you realize that towards the end of the session.
Yeah.
Or the male.
You use a plan B, I believe.
Come on, Quincy, with the right answer. Okay, Quincy, how you know who taught you about Plan B?
My father.
All right, Dad, with the information. I love it.
I just didn't tell him how much it costs.
Because he's going to have to come and get it from you anyway.
Plan B is expensive. You do not want that condom bust.
Okay, so do you guys...
$60.
Okay, so far...
Every time, though? Come on.
Okay, so far the questions will be asked. Are anyone uncomfortable?
No.
Raise your hand. Are anyone uncomfortable? Okay.
Good.
All right. So, do you know anything about the Plan B?
Yeah.
Ow! Do you know how long you can wait before you actually go get one?
Like 3 days.
You
Like
can actually wait up to
not
5.
effective. Huh?
You can actually wait up to 5.
Quincy,
Oh, I did not know that.
you better wait like 6 hours max.
Winston, do you know how long you can wait?
72 hours.
You can actually go up to 5 days.
Yeah, but you too. You got 6 hours. Get to the store.
Get to the store.
Okay, so here goes a very important question. It's a little gray area that we're not going to go full detail. But I'm trying to figure out if this is what made you guys inquisitive. So the question is, were you ever exposed to pornography? If so, how was it introduced to you? Is it something that you stumbled upon or something a friend introduced you to? And is that the reason why you started becoming curious about the act?
That's a good question.
I feel like for me, like it was social media.
Social media? God damn it, social media.
Yeah.
Really? Social media?
Yeah.
Social media, which one? Instagram?
Like Facebook.
Really?
Facebook, yeah.
What did
They
you see
had
on
pornography
Facebook?
on there?
Yeah, there's like those gift things and then be on there.
What is it?
Like those gift things. I don't know how to explain it.
It's
but
a gift thing?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, she don't have a Facebook page.
I'm going, she got no
Do
social
you?
media. No, she don't got nothing.
Hold up. Do you?
No.
You can tell me.
I just did.
Oh, okay.
So what is it called? A gift thing?
Yeah, like an animated picture or something.
Oh.
One of those. So
I think we might need to log off or something because there's a delay. Because Ashley said hi on here and this one, I didn't even see it on that one. I don't know.
Okay, let's do it. Where do I hit?
Really?
But I feel like I'm getting more alerts on your side
I
than,
can't see.
I don't know.
Can you hand me that bottle of
It doesn't even matter. Just,
in a napkin?
Really? I can't see.
I have a story about
Oh no, we
it.
have.
Okay, what's
okay,
your
Quincy
story?
has a story.
It was all when I was young.
This is a family discussion and I'm loving it. We get to eat and laugh and joke and have serious conversation.
And eat.
You don't want to?
I was gonna get some in a second.
Okay. All right, Quincy. Come on, your go. You're up and you need to project.
Yeah, project. Go.
Alright, so when I was young, I used to go to this like shelter type thing.
A shelter?
Yeah, and I had this girl. And I was like really young. I was like probably 8. 8 or 7, 6. I don't know. But this girl, I had like a DS type thing, and she was like, "Look, go on here. Have you ever typed in like big boobs?" I was like, "What are boobs?" And she was like, "Look,
Damn little girl.
type it in." I was like, "Oh, this is what it is." And she's just been like scrolling through the DS and typing all this stuff in. But the thing about the DS is that you couldn't press it and play it. You had to like only see pictures and like advertisements, that like moving advertisements.
Oh, so it wasn't an actual porno site.
It was, but you couldn't like play the videos. You just look at the pictures.
And a little girl introduced
So that's
you to
how
this?
you got introduced to her by a little girl?
She was like 8. I was like 7.
She was 8 and you was 7? Did you know about that?
I was unaware of that.
Interesting. So that brings me to the other part about that. So you was introduced to it with a friend.
What about
like 8?
What about Winter?
Okay. Well, let me get my wish.
I showed it to my mom.
Oh, you showed it to your mom?
Yeah, that's what got me shocked. All right, so
How many?
I
Go sit
was
down.
like,
Go sit down.
Mom,
Sit
since
down.
I'm
You
getting
have enough on
older,
your plate. Sit
There's
down.
another box right there.
I think I need Pepsi.
Okay, what's your story?
I said to my mom, since I'm getting older, can I watch like more like older stuff? It's like, yeah. And I looked and I showed her.
Did she
I was
know
like,
what you meant by older stuff?
No, she did not. No. And I showed it to her. I was like, all right, look, Mom, this and this and this happened. Ha ha ha. Like, I thought it was as a joke. Like, I don't watch it because of the jokes. And then later on, I was like,
So do you think I'm about to sit and drink some
So what did your mom say about the porn you were watching?
like, no,
The
like, she
pictures.
was younger. Like, no, don't get on that. Don't ever get on that.
Sorry. I don't know why I was about to do that. So, do you think that's around the time you became curious?
I became curious when I was like 10, 11.
That's how good soda tastes. Okay. Ooh, that's a sin.
It is.
I normally drink water, but that's really good. Okay. Who answered?
Well,
Who
no,
did not
it's Winter's
answer?
turn. It's Winter's turn.
She back there effing up those wings. Who didn't answer?
Winter, it's her turn.
I don't think Bree answered either. Did you answer? Oh, okay.
Okay. So, before I moved to South Jersey, I obviously used to live in North Jersey.
Okay.
And North Jersey was a bad influence on me. Because I used to, like, hang out with the wrong crowd and this and that and that. So, okay, one particular time, right?
Mhm.
It was a close friend. And I didn't know she liked me. Liked me.
Really?
Yeah. And she was like, have you ever tried girl on girl and this and that? Mom, you know the story. You know what I'm saying.
I don't know all of that part. We're talking about she's the one that introduced you to pornography?
Yes, listen.
I'm listening.
So I said, no, like, what's that? So she was like, things you could do to other girls sexually and, you know.
How old were you?
I was young.
Like.
Well, we moved down here when you were 12, so.
8,
Word.
9,
Wow.
to 7th grade.
City's fast.
I would have whooped her ass.
So she said girl on girl, and then what happened?
And
Wait.
then,
When did I get more soda?
I put it in there.
one time, we was at, cause normally my mom would like work late and my grandma would pick me up from school.
Mhm.
So she had stayed over with me one time when my grandma came over.
Mhm.
So Knox came over. We're still at school. So she was like, have you ever tried watching porn?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, what's that? So she had pulled it up on her phone.
You told me all of that. I would have knocked her head off when I saw her.
She had pulled it up on her phone. And, like, she introduced me to pornography. Lesbian porn, I guess.
So, was it at that point in time that you started becoming curious?
Not until freshman year.
Like high school?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Very interesting.
When did you become curious?
I was a late bloomer.
Oh, I remember now. No. I looked that way and looked up because the memory I was accessing.
When did you become curious? You were 7? I
No.
mean, you look fresh.
Okay, so I didn't grow up into girls. However, there was this person that was close to the family.
What is wrong with your laptop that you keep shutting off?
I don't know. I'm going to figure it out.
You need to plug it directly into the wall.
I did that.
Something's wrong
But
with
then
it.
I turned it back on and it stayed on for a while. There was this girl that was a friend of the family. And I was sitting down and she put a pillow in my lap and put her head on my lap. And I thought nothing of it until she rolled her face back there and then she did a little tug and then it was in her mouth. And then I was like, wow, I've never had this done. I've never had this done before. And now I can't think of nothing else.
That's not pornography. The question was porn.
How I get into it. How did I get interested in sex? That's what it was.
The question was, when did you get introduced to pornography? And if was that when you became?
Oh no. Pornography was later. Okay, so my introduction to pornography was like this. I'm sitting in our living room, and this is back in the age where dads used to record movies and put it on VHS or Betamax, and then have a whole collection. So we had a collection, and there was one book that was the itemized of the collection. On tape 1 is this. On tape 2 is this. On tape 3 is this. Okay. So one day, I was watching television. I was bored. There was nothing on. There was no movies I hadn't seen already. And I happened to just knock the little book off the arm of the chair onto the floor. And it opened to a page I didn't know was there. So I look over. I'm like, what the hell is that? So I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the titles, and I'm like,
Playboy?
I haven't seen any of these. It was in the middle of the book. So it just fell open, and I'm like, what the hell? I haven't seen none of these. So in the case with the movies, if you move the regular movies out of the way, in the back was all the porn. So I started with tape 1, and the first one I ever watched was Ron Jeremy, Family Affairs.
To give us detail because we don't.
No. I'm just saying that's the first one. I was like, I saw some things that changed my mind about some things. I'm like, I'd never do that, but you know what? It doesn't look that bad, so maybe I'll give that a try. Well, that's what it was. Hold up. Where's everybody leaving? Oh.
Okay.
So that was my introduction to porn, and then the whole introduction to sex happened before the porn.
Okay, so the other question is, Quincy,
Yes.
how far do you think a parent should go when it comes to teenage pregnancy prevention? And do you think condoms and birth control should be introduced into the conversation?
Broken condoms and stuff has already been introduced, so I'll have to say yes to that.
So how far you think a parent should go?
Probably abortion.
Stop at abortion?
If you have to do abortion, and
Oh no!
like say like you're in a bad situation, your like income is like
Yeah, but abortion shouldn't be based on because you don't have enough income.
if you can't take care of a child
Have
for
a
18
female
months.
stretch her body out of shape when she knows she's not going to keep it.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like, we should do things even to prevent getting to that point.
Right. As far as prevention, because I have the number of kids that I do, we talk about not having kids. We talk about getting our credit right and buying property and doing all the other stuff outside of having kids. And if we have to go to that extreme, I mean, we will. It'll be spoken of as an option.
See, yes, the conversation, we need to speak about abortion, but I feel like as parents, we need to teach everything else.
Yeah, no. We go through the wear condoms.
Drill it in the head. You need to wait until you are mentally prepared to have sex. Yes.
And have
Then
condoms.
after we move on to that, you need to make sure you are, when that time comes, you are engaging in this with someone that you care about and someone that cares about you.
And I don't care how good
After
it feels.
that,
use a condom.
Right. After that is when that time comes and you find out that person really cares about you and you're ready to go, make sure that you have the protection lined up.
Right. And I don't care if you love her, use a condom.
And especially if that's both your first, make sure you're protected. The second conversation will be when the act is done, you need to double check that everything was okay. And if everything isn't okay, you need to come and speak to your mother or your father to say, hey, something happened.
My son has a wonderful technique to make sure he does not get anybody pregnant. Son, go ahead.
Wear a condom.
All right, but condoms are only...
Even though you have a condom on.
Oh, yeah, I still pull out.
Exactly. Pull out. Even if you have a condom on, you pull out. That's my boy.
Good job.
That's my boy.
Are you going to remember that?
Yes.
Well, he thinks he's going to remember that.
Yeah, you are going to be scared. You're right about that.
I'm always thinking about it.
You always think about it? No, don't think about getting somebody pregnant because you're going to take the right steps.
Pulling out is a skill you learn over time because...
Rodney.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay, so... Oh, Lord. So that's what I was saying. We need to make sure that somewhere along that line, before we even get to Mom, I'm pregnant, sit down. What are you doing?
What?
Sit down properly.
What do I
Somewhere along that line, we need...
I don't hit this, and I don't hit this. What do I hit?
I don't know. Somewhere along that line, you need to be able to comfortable enough to come to your mom and your dad and be like, listen, this is what happened. I know you're going to spaz out. I know you're going to go crazy, but I need you to help me do something at this very moment so it doesn't lead into the last step, which
Hold on. Quincy, if you came to me and something happened that went wrong, do you think I would spaz out?
It's depending on what it is. Like, say if I came up to you and said, I accidentally nutted in her. And you're like, why didn't you use a condom?
No. Okay, no. Honestly, if you came to me and said, Dad, I accidentally nutted in her, the first thing I would say is, that pull-out technique didn't work, did it? But we would go into preventative measures right after that with the whole, morning after pill and get the girl and make sure y'all heads are clear and make sure that,
But what if she refuses to take it?
When she refuses to take it,
Yeah.
I'd hate for her to accidentally fall down a flight of stairs.
Rodney.
I'm just saying, I love this young lady like a daughter, but we're going to come to an agreement.
Why don't you just break the plan B and just put it in there?
Like, trick her into taking it?
Yeah,
That's my boy. That's my boy.
That's a Bill Cosby.
No. That's a reverse Bill Cosby.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Winter, do you know of a situation where the girl refused to take it? What are you shoving in your face?
I'm listening to you.
Okay. Do you know of a situation where a girl... Is that a yes or a no?
What? I'm listening to you.
If you were listening to me, you should answer my question.
You wasn't done with your question.
I did answer my question. I was in the process of stating it again.
Wait, do I heard what?
Never mind. Moving on to the next person. Do you know of a person that was in a situation where they didn't want to actually take the plan B?
No. But it's like you just know some females can be spiteful.
Yes.
And have the baby anyways?
And you know spiteful women at these young ages? Really?
It's terrible.
I know.
No, not personally. I don't know. But I just know how females are.
Yeah, we hear stories.
Yeah, like we hear about females.
Stories like what? They sound awful.
You can come with me to find it. So she knows it's
Well, Quincy seemed like he's really well-rounded and ready.
Just for breed.
Okay, so did you have any questions before I go? I don't want to keep rambling on my questions.
No, that's it.
Okay. The last thing is, having sex is supposed to be like showing your partner your soul and trusting them to keep it safe. I actually got this off of a website. How sure are you that they will do that? And does that matter to you at all? So
No.
basically,
My son said no too.
so your first time doesn't matter to you who you decide to.
Oh, no. That.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that question? Alright.
Does it matter
Does
if
it
it's a
matter to
special,
you who
or can it just be anybody as long as I get it out of my system?
It doesn't matter as, like...
Okay, I feel
I'll
like
let you guys go.
everybody expects, like, for you to lose your virginity to somebody that, you know, that you love, or that somebody, like, you know really well.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, it's supposed to be a good time, but I feel like, because a lot of stories that I hear about people's first time is never how
We
they
imagine
expect it to be, how it, like, how they're supposed to, how they thought they were supposed to feel.
Oh wow.
I want like, if I was to have my first time, I want it to be, like, with somebody, like, crazy beautiful. Like, I'm trying to, like, go, like, so, like, if I...
So
Try
you're
to set the
shallow
bar.
like your daddy. Okay.
Try to set the bar and then... No.
Shallow like your
What?
daddy. What's that comment with? So you trying to what? Say to the camera.
Trying to what?
I mean, if you can't say it out loud, don't say it.
Like,
what?
like, alright, so, like, I don't want to be, like, crazy beautiful, but, like, I want to be, like...
Okay, so
everybody has to-
your first time doesn't necessarily have to be with someone that you are emotionally connected to, just as long as she's physically appealing.
Yeah, so, like, if I grow up and I'm, like...
You want to look back and be like, I did that.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
did.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That's not my son.
Now you just
That's-
said
He
it.
has no idea. He's young.
just
He has no idea what he's saying.
He said, yup. That's exactly what it is.
Well, okay, hold
I want
on.
to
My
look back
son
and be like,
has
I
made it
did that.
perfectly clear. He's not a hoe or a player.
Yeah, I'm
He-
not.
He
Good
is
job, Quinn.
If I have a girl, she's staying with me.
I know that's right.
right.
So
So,
you're not going to be like your daddy?
what do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh.
Ew. No, what he's saying is
No, I'm just
not
joking.
that.
You are a committed kind. I'm joking.
Not that it's because she's physically appealing. It's just, you know, you want to look fondly back on the memory.
That's
At
what
least
he
the
said.
first time.
He said he want to look back and be like, I did
Not
that.
that he's, you know, gonna just,
He's
you know.
shallow.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
okay.
not gonna, like...
It's all right. We all are.
How should I say? Say if I have a girlfriend and I'm like my first time would probably be her, of course.
Right.
And like sometimes personality makes you like really cute.
Even cuter. I agree.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. What about you, Winter? Do you
Why
think?
am I trying to be like that?
What do you mean? Does your first time? You're not in the camera, honey. Do you feel like your first time should be with someone that you have a connection with, or you just gonna be like any, mini, money, mo? What was the answer?
I'm just playing.
Well, I need you to be serious because I'm trying to figure out what's going on in your head.
Hold on. Have you picked out your first one yet?
No.
Okay.
Well, I must say congratulations on being a senior in high school and still being a virgin. I think that's commendable.
Are you happy about it?
Are you proud
Unless
of
you
being a
lied to
virgin?
me. Huh?
Are you like proud of being a virgin?
She should be proud of being a virgin. That's rare.
What are you trying to do?
Are you proud of being a virgin, Winter?
Yeah.
Good job. So answer the question. What that mean?
That's a different story.
So in college is when you're going to set it all up?
Hold up. College starts next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple months.
Really? Couple of months.
So is there something we need to talk about now?
No.
You just said in college, and you're about to be freshman in college. What, come September?
Mm-hmm.
So that's right around the corner. something we need to talk about.
No, but anyway, let me answer the question.
Okay, please do.
So I feel like you think you have that emotional appeal to that person your first time, but
Emotional appeal.
you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say.
Well, say what you're trying to say, honey.
Okay, let me start over.
Please.
For us as young adults or minors, we think it's just a fatal attraction at the
Well,
moment.
I'm just trying to find out.
I need
Your-
to finish.
I think you're just going beating around
No,
the bush.
I'm not. I'm not beating around the bush. I'm trying to tell you what's flowing through my brain.
Okay.
So I feel like as young adults, we think we have an emotional attachment to that person we're losing with. But really, we really don't. We just want the experience. So we pretend so it could be better, the experience. Because who really wants to settle down with someone at 16, 17, 18, 19? Nobody does. So, like, people really just be looking for quick sex sometimes.
Jesus
And I'm
Lord.
being honest with you. And
Is that what you're looking for?
no,
when
I'm
your
not
first
looking
time?
for a quick.
So that's what I'm trying to find out. For your first time, if you okay, so understand things doesn't always happen the way we dream of it in our head, right? Because we'll be living in a fairy tale, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But if you had the ability to paint that picture, how would that picture look? Would it be with someone that you were talking to and you actually had that emotional connection and that physical connection? Or would it be just like, oh, okay, I just met yeah, why not?
For me, like, I know I'm gonna be interested in talking to someone in college, and if I feel like I really like it and we're talking for a couple months, yeah, why not?
Okay, and well, is that what you? That's what I'm trying to say. Is that the way you will prefer it, or
I
is
would
it like
prefer
I
it.
really don't care how it happens?
But for me, no, I would not pick that over. I'm talking to someone. Okay, let's try this. No, I wouldn't just like no.
Okay.
No,
All right, Bree.
I'm the same way.
If you had the opportunity to plan it and it happened exactly the way you wanted to with someone that you actually had an emotional connection to and a physical connection to, would you opt for that, or are you like, listen, it happens when it happens. It's not a big deal. I'm ready.
I prefer to plan it.
Yeah. With someone that you have a connection with?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm not talking about like, a connection like, let's get married in a couple months.
Honey,
Like,
no one's talking about that.
I'm just saying, like, you feeling the vibe, like y'all talking, y'all going on dates, you
Right.
laughing, this and that, and you feeling each other. And if it happens, like, then it happens, you know? Especially for college. Well, for me, I believe boys look for quick sex instead of girls because females are more emotional when it comes to that type of subject.
Right.
They want to stay with their person that they do have sex with the first time.
Girls are still like that?
Not necessarily. I know girls that are.
Yeah, some girls are like that.
Some girls are, but
And then,
most girls,
yeah.
like for me, it's like whatever.
Wait, what?
Okay, so you're saying most girls are like looking for the attachment.
Yeah. But some guys just want hit it
So
and quit.
most guys want to hit and quit.
Yes.
Some guys want a relationship.
Some guys.
Most girls want a relationship. Some girls just want to hit and quit.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like I know a lot of like. Well, I know some. Yeah, same. Like I agree with you. I know some. What we usually call them as our generation.
What you call it?
Hoes.
Thoughts? The thoughts?
Well, your dad called them thoughts.
No,
But you
I say it phonetically.
He was like, I've always wanted a thought. I'm like, who? It's so cute when he said it. Alright, sorry. So you were saying?
No.
You like thoughts too?
No.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
You don't? You don't?
They're like, their personality is different. Like, what's it called?
How so?
They're like, more like
Nasty.
clingy a little bit sometimes.
Ooh. Okay, so I want to know on a daily.
Hold on. It's dot.
It's a thought.
Dot.
Mhm.
Thought.
That sounds
It's
like
not
I'm
a
saying it
thought.
wrong. Dot.
It's a thought.
Thought.
Correct.
Why you say all the thought?
You gotta go like
It's
this.
thought, really.
Okay,
Ew.
so
Don't do
so 5 days you go to school, right? You get what, an hour recess, lunch break?
I don't think they have recess anymore.
No, we got like.
You guys don't have
1
recess
minute.
anymore?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, recess.
So they
starts
just
in,
have
like,
lunch and
elementary.
Yeah,
that's
that's
it?
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You only get 40
there's no
minutes.
recess anymore.
I got recess.
Yeah, in elementary school.
Oh, my bad. So you get 45 minutes worth of time with your friends, right?
Lunch.
Out of those 5 days, how often do you think the topic of sex comes up amongst your group?
Every single
If
day.
anything, if at all, you know what I mean? Like, just say, okay, I will say out of the 5, we'll probably talk about it 3 out of the 5, or 1 out of the 5, or 5 out of 5.
Do y'all talk about sex every day?
I'm about to answer.
Okay, good.
Yes.
You word?
No, people at my lunch table, they talk about it like they've like
Every
so,
day?
like it gets to the point where like
You just be like,
it's
get
just,
over it?
it's one person, no names because I don't say names.
Right, of course.
He would like talk about it like
every day.
yeah.
No,
Like,
what
like,
do you
but,
say?
like boys are like that. Like I
What
would
do you
talk
say?
about it.
They talk about it nonstop, like every time you see him.
No, like when he starts talking about the topic, he gets like
Excited.
really excited,
I'm going.
and it's like
Is that something that he already engaged
it's like
in?
you're a virgin. But you can be
Oh.
an extra virgin, you know? Like, you can be to the point where it's like, yo, like, I can tell you're a virgin. Like,
Right.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Like, sometimes it would, like, one thing I do hate is when, like, you around a girl that you trying to talk with, and, like, your brody's, like...
Don't know when to go away.
Yeah, like, no. Yeah, that too.
You
And,
need to be direct.
they start
Go
showing
away.
off a little bit. Like,
Oh, they start acting stupid. Okay, so what's your ratio? Oh, 5 out of 5 for your ratio of how
Is that
often
what
you
sex
guys
every
talk
day?
about sex.
yeah, 5 out of 5 every
Okay.
single day.
I don't know.
Right?
We sit together at lunch.
Okay.
Okay, so Bree and Winter,
so
what's the ratio?
1 out of 5.
Do y'all think you lying? I think it's like 3 out of 5. Because I'm sitting here, you like, we gonna downgrade it a little bit. My mom, she kind of crazy, so we gonna say 1 out of 5.
I'm going.
So, is it 1 out of 5, Winter? Really? And
so girls
during,
just don't talk about it much.
well, so what's the subject that you guys mainly speak of?
You said we gotta go into details.
So during that 1 out of 5, what's the conversation like? What's the tone? When you answer that question, and I want to go into sex education in school, do you guys have that?
Yes, senior year.
Really? They wait till
That's the
senior
only
year?
time you
They
guys
should do it in
have
freshman.
it?
Senior year for 2 weeks, that's it.
No wonder why the rates are so high.
I didn't
We
know.
need to go to school and speak to the principal.
No, we
I'm
don't.
going.
No, we don't.
No, but that needs to be introduced to you guys
In
at the
freshman
age of
year.
like 12. I mean, as parents, we
Like-
need to start having conversation with it early because they just admitted
Sex
7
ed.
and 8.
I think I had it in 9th grade.
Yeah, like you touch on it, but like senior years when you go in depth with the STDs, the
See,
HIV.
that-
But that by that time,
That
you
was
already
time you
having
guys
sex.
exactly.
Mhm.
They need to revisit that because that makes no sense to me. And when they're speaking about STDs and all that, my face is not even in the camera. Are they also speaking to you guys about prevention?
Yeah.
Like, do they educate you guys on the Plan B?
Well, yeah, like
Pull out.
contraceptives and all
Oh,
that.
wow. You learned that from his dad.
Do they teach you that in school? Like,
Ew.
even with a condom, because it's only 9 point.
No, you don't learn. I just learned about that this year.
That a
Oh.
condom
Wait,
is
what
not
grade you in?
100%.
Well, no, but I mean like when still to pull out too.
Oh, just to make sure.
yeah.
Hold on. What grade are you in?
I'm
Hold
a
on.
senior.
So you both y'all same table. Okay.
And you just learned about that. See, that's sad. This is what I'm talking about.
Ninth
I feel
grade,
like
baby.
parents need to
Pull
get,
out.
parents, you need to get more involved in your kids' lives. As uncomfortable as the conversation is when it comes to sex, listen, break that wall down. Talk to your kids about sex. Drill it in their head how important they are and how much they need to preserve their body and let that wait. Like, get on it. And even if they're not interested in listening to that part, just say, listen, if you're not willing to wait, at least know what steps you should take if you're interested in engaging into that. Because, my God, I swear to God.
I think it's like this. Well, for me anyways, because I didn't have that close connection with my parents, that I'm going to be better than them. So I honestly don't think we have an uncomfortable conversation. Do we have uncomfortable conversations? No, we just talk about everything.
But in my mind, and that's fantastic, but I feel like when it comes to guys and their father, I feel like the conversation about sex is so much easier and it flows easier because you guys have that, bro, do it.
No, it's not.
Do it.
I'm not. No, I don't tell them that. You know, you
no,
need
I
to
don't tell you
conquer women.
But
and
what
get
I'm trying to say is, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
it's more like you did that, why?
Right, but
moms and girls are like, you did that, or what?
No. I think you're looking at it from a sexist point of view because I'm just saying. Let me finish. If I had a daughter, I wouldn't treat her like a girl. I would treat her like my child. I would have the same conversation with her.
So you would high five her if she had lost her virginity?
No, I would let her know that at some point you're going to have sex. I'm not going to delude myself with when you're going to do it or how you're going to do it and who you're going to do it with. But a condom will be used, and you won't be like daddy and have a gang of kids and be paying, well, I guess collecting child support or allowing a child to not live your full potential. I'm going to treat my daughter like my child. I'm going to have the same conversation, and I'm going to be like, well, shit, if you're 16 and having sex, using condom, and I will high-five my daughter.
But do you agree or disagree that when a girl at a young age engage in sex is more so frowned upon than when a guy at a young age engage in sex? Do you see yourself high-fiving your son when he actually admits to you, Dad, yeah, I really did have sex? Are you going to give that same type of energy to your daughter if you're having like, Dad, I lost my virginity? You're like, give me some. Like, I just don't see that. So I'm not going to high-five my children for doing it. If my child came to me and said, yes, I had sex, well, then that opens up questions. Was it what you thought it was going to be? Did you enjoy it? Did you not like it? What are your thoughts on it? We're going to have a conversation about what happened, like, I'm your dad, and you're my child, regardless of male or female. And if they enjoyed it, get a high five. Listen, me just knowing you, and I could be wrong, I'm just going to act out how I feel your reaction would be if Quincy said to you, Dad,
right,
I lost. You'd be like, that's my dude. Hold up. You wore a condom? That's my dude.
Okay.
Like,
and
I feel like
my daughter.
I don't see you saying, that's my girl. Hold up. Did he wear a condom? That's
Did you
my
make
girl.
him wear a condom? Did you check? Did you check midway through? Did you check if the aim was still on? That's my girl.
Don't see you saying that.
Yo,
she made that condom.
She made sure that condom didn't come off.
I don't see. Let me tell you
Did
something.
you make him pull out?
Do you understand how?
That's my girl.
Probably you're saying that because you don't have girls. Fathers are so protective. Most fathers that I know that's in your kids' lives,
they got that from their parents. I'm not like my parents.
So protective of their girl. They don't want any man to infringe upon that. They don't want any man to come in and disturb that in any way because they know how they've disturbed other people's daughters. They don't want that to happen to their girls. So I don't see you saying, that's my girl.
Okay.
I do see you saying, that's my guy. That's my boy.
Okay, so let me say it differently. Okay, so I'm going to treat my child as my child, regardless of sex.
Sarah said her brother said that to his daughter. Really?
See? Yeah. It's not just me.
Girls are frowned upon. Yes, exactly.
They've been frowned upon in the past, but I am not a father like my dad was. I'm a new man.
In general, society frowns upon girls.
Some late night shit.
That are forward. They're like, oh, you're fresh, you're hot, you're this, you need to calm down.
No, okay.
But a boy, they're like, okay, yeah.
So the reason I would treat my child as a child and not as a female or as a male, because I have a lifetime of having sex and I know what it's like, and I wouldn't want to I wouldn't want to sway my daughter differently than I would sway my son because I know how phenomenal it is.
You good?
Yeah, I got chill.
Yeah.
So because you know how phenomenal it is, you'll be okay